Bro, look. My roommate got a cat, and her name's Dottie, but she looks exactly like my older cat, Ace. I had a mean cat named Ace, and I'm gonna tell you a story real quick on Ace, and this is gonna tie in to a lesson because I was a very weak man, and I'm gonna describe what a weak man is versus like a biblical masculine man and how I define those. Starting with the cat. So my boy Ace, mean big black cat, bro. I mean, like ran the neighborhood, indoor, outdoor, and he was all black, just like this guy. And well, he would take down squirrels. I mean, he would climb the roof. He would do everything, right? There's a mean cat. Didn't want to mess with him. However, he died because my mom ran over him one day by accident in the garage. And we had to put him down. Yeah, had to put him down. And so I smoked my brains out because I love that cat. I got home and I smoked my brains out, but I ran to a substance. I ran to numb. I ran away from the feeling. And it wasn't honestly any different than what I normally would do at night. I would smoke my brains out almost every night because I was running. I was running from my life, from taking accountability, from doing the stuff that I know I need to do in the position I was in. And that's the hardest part. I didn't want any of my friends knowing. I didn't want any of like, I wouldn't say friends, but my team. I was trying to grow a business. I've always been interested in business, stuff like this. I just didn't want people knowing like that. I always felt so ashamed and this and that. And so, I ran almost every day. And it wasn't just with weed, it was with other things too. And it's so easy nowadays to get lost in this modern day, right? This modern day of comfort. And so, I was a weak man because I wasn't able to face the things head on. I wasn't able to keep, the simple, sober, disciplined, minded man and deal with the problems head on. My character was in shambles, even though my reputation was a disciplined man, a fit man. I always followed my feelings before I did what I needed to do, right? If I wanted to feel, I wanted to smoke, then I smoked. If I felt something, then I would act on it. Lust, whatever it was. And all these things, bro, I mean, they made me into a weak man. And ever since I started going to church, last year, I kind of turned myself into a biblical masculine man. And I'm still figuring out what that means, but mainly, bro, it's taking your character, right, and changing it into a man that you respect, into a man that is somebody that can face problems head on, somebody who's not going to run away, somebody who leads his family, somebody who's disciplined, all this stuff. And I've totally stopped smoking. I've totally stopped my vices. I've totally, started running away from lust. I've totally changed who I am in the last year and a half, and the habits, because the habits make up the man, right? Your body, your mind, your spirit is made up of habits. And it's just the simple fact that, like, bro, I was such a weak man, and now I see myself completely different. I'm so in love with this cat, bro. He reminds me of my old one. He loves my chain. It's not a toy. Bro, he thinks it's a toy. My roommate better come back, bro. I'm about to adopt a cat, I swear. But, so I was a very, very weak man. And that's how I think about as a weak man, right? And now I've changed myself, and it's a daily process, right? Most men are losing the war. It's a spiritual war, and most men are losing, right? I didn't think about it like this until I started going to church, but there is God. God is very real. Jesus was very real. Whether you agree that he rose from the dead or not, he was a real man. As Christians, I believe he rose from the dead. The evidence is hard to dispute. And there is evil. There is the devil and Satan. And he runs this world. He's the prince of this world. In the Christian belief system, Satan was casted down from heaven after he turned on God and tried to overtake him in his power. So he cast him down here. And this world is sinful by nature. He runs this world. It's enemy territory. And Satan loves nonetheless to keep you trapped, lost, addicted, weak, all this stuff. You could be a masculine man and still be trapped, weak, addicted, all this, right? Masculinity nowadays has been bombarded with stuff that just isn't of truth, isn't of light, isn't of things that is of substance for you and your family, for you to be the best man possible that you can be. You know, chase the girls, chase the cars, chase the money, all this stuff. Chase God, brother. Chase God. Put him first. And then everything else will fall in order. That's why I say a biblical masculine man. That's who I care about becoming. That's why I'm making it a part of who I am, my brand, my how I'm living on a daily basis. Reading the Bible daily. I'm in Bible studies. I'm surrounding myself with men. I'm talking to people about God. I'm called because it was such a big shift in my life. My entire life, I've never walked into a church. My parents never prayed over dinner. I've never explored this deep as I'm doing now. It just hasn't been a thing. And so, yeah, I'm staring at this cat, thinking about my boy Ace a few years ago. I think I was like 20 years old. 20, so it was probably like 4 years ago. And, man, I love this cat. It's funny. You would think like this raw biblical masculine man, and I'm loving this cat here. But I think it's not a bad thing. I think that's a healthy thing. Yeah. I'm gonna get back to playing with this cat for now. I appreciate you for tuning in. If you want help becoming the man that you know you can be, the biblical masculine man, the man who's driven, the man who's fit, right? You want to get in shape, right? You want to align your habits with the man who you want to become. You could click the link down below and we'll see if you're a good fit for the program that I've created. Other than that, gentlemen, I appreciate you. I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.